Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Anything Wrestling Podcast. Thank you once again for joining us. We got a triple threat going. It is the Shant, Dan the Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Commish. I am the advocate of the podcast, and we are going to break down 60 of the best WWE superstars ever to compete in this year's Rumble Royale match.
What is that he's saying?
Royal Rumble match. Good lord. Any sponsorships that we're announcing today, guys? What's the Royal Rumble being sponsored by this year?
Brought to you by pants. If your legs get cold, throw on some pants.
And also brought to you in part by food. Whenever you watch an event, make sure you're eating.
Did we say watching an event? Did I mention that without any pants and with all the food in the world, you can enjoy all your favorite WWE programming only on the WWE Network for a non-negotiable, very reasonable price of only $9.99.
$9.99.
It's not $10.
It's not $1,000.
Not $1 million.
But $9.99.
Okay, so
Match breakdown guy, take it away.
Moving on. Match number 1. Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Knee to face. Singles match for the WWE United States Championship. How are we feeling about this one, boys?
So we currently have a United States champion who's on TV, finally, for a while.
Do you guys smell that?
Is The Rock cooking something?
No, I'm smelling a pre-show match.
All right. Well, Rusev has been fairly present on the television. All the content hasn't necessarily been the highest of quality, but he's there. And you got Shinsuke attacking him, being all Shinsuke-like.
No, I think he's being better than Shinsuke. Shinsuke has been an undertone all of last year.
Yeah.
This year he's kind of revved it up to 11 at this point.
All right,
Kind of
so,
like it.
So we got Shinsuke X attacking Rusev, and we're going into a title match for Rusev's beautiful United States Championship. I would like to see Rusev hold on to this. No offense to Shinsuke. I don't know what his standing is in WWE right now. I don't know if they would be afraid that he might jump over to AEW. I feel like they're just kind of paranoid right now. They think everybody's going.
Everybody.
I'm not gonna sign everybody from the WWE. Let's be real. As much as this is a new thing, it's coming up. There's so much hype just because of their first 10 entrants in their stable. It's not like they're all gonna get that opportunity. I don't think that the Young Bucks and Cody can provide all that immediately. They barely announced one pay-per-view that's not till 4 months from now.
Yeah.
So to sign that much talent, to offer that much money immediately, it will be that difficult.
Yeah.
And I think WWE still has that luxury. Hey, we've been here damn near forever. We'll find a way to keep you, or we'll find a way to start giving you what you want. Because it seems like even before AEW took off, Triple H was working his ass off to hey, I will give you whatever it is you need.
Yeah.
And I can pull someone's strings to make it happen.
And if Shin's going anywhere, he's probably going back to New Japan.
Which is not a bad thing.
No, it's probably a good idea for him.
But it's a shame that it has to come to that.
Yeah.
But if he goes to New Japan, I mean, what? They're losing people too. They're losing people to All Elite as well. So is Ring of Honor. You have all these other independent circuits that are starting to come up big, that are having their talent stripped away as well.
Yeah.
So
That might even coerce Shinsuke to not renew whenever his thing comes up. Is he could be like, well, New Japan needs somebody. I might as well go step up. So we'll see. How do you guys feel about the actual match?
I'm a fan of both guys, but at this point, the U.S. title, this storyline, just there's nothing really too much
It's
salvageable.
bland.
Yeah. We got to Salt Bay this thing.
I think what it is with this is just that, like, Rusev seems kind of lackluster in his promos as a face. When he's a heel, he's on.
Yeah.
He's really on. But the whole thing of Rusev Day, you know, the whole, like, I'm finally, like, the U.S. champion again. Like, this is, what, his second, third run with the belt?
Second, I believe.
Yeah. Like, I remember when he was a heel with that belt years ago against, you know, Mr. I hurt my ankle, I might not even be the Royal Rumble, I wear jorts, John Cena, but he was on. Rusev was on it
Yeah.
as the U.S. champion. So it's kind of like,
I think that I think you guys are right. The plot here has been pretty mediocre. Like I said, I still want to see Rusev walk out with the belt. What I'd like to see from Rusev going forward, though, is I think he falls into sort of the same vein as what I know I've said, and I forget if you guys sided with me. What Roman should be with his promo deliveries. I think Rusev should be more stoic or more intense. He can still pepper in comedy because he's kind of a funny dude.
Yeah.
But that it shouldn't be like a fully comedically lofty, fluffy promo. He should be straight to the point. If he wants to make a Sonic the Hedgehog joke in the middle, go for it. But let's try and focus in, zone in. Shanti.
Remove the eye.
so who do you have winning this?
Rusev.
Who do you have winning?
I'm going for Rusev. I doubt they'll take it off for Rusev and go back to the whole Shinsuke deal where you put the title on him and he's not even on the card.
So I'm asking you guys this because I'm literally gonna type in our picks. So when we do
Okay.
like review, we see if we
Trying
were,
to keep score of where we are. Okay.
Yeah. So moving forward to the next match on here, we got The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, your current WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions, going up against the newly formed A-lister, The Miz and Shane McMahon duo.
The besties in the world.
2/3 besties.
I don't get this combination. I don't know if it's me not really paying attention lately on SmackDown or if it's just... Where are we going with this?
Honestly,
Probably some weird WrestleMania match.
it's one of those things where I feel like, call me crazy, I'm kind of buying into it
Yeah.
because I thought they turned Miz face like 5 years back, and I'm like, that didn't really work out, and no one's buying it. But in this
I don't buy it
one,
now.
honestly, in this storyline, I'm kind of able to buy it. Unless if we pull like, he didn't win the match, and then Miz screws Shane by hitting him with the skull crushing finale or whatever. But I'm kind of invested. I want to see where they go with this because it could lead to a good tag team between Miz and Shane. I'm willing to give it a chance.
So are you willing to drop the belts to these two?
Not immediately.
What about you?
I could see the Freudian slip, the Miz and Shane McMahon devolving into sort of an Edge and Christian King of the Ring type of deal. Yeah, because I think Miz might be secretly harboring resentment for the fact that Shane
Took his spot.
stole his thunder, and so this could all be keep your enemies closer. So
World Cup resentment?
yeah.
So this year at World Cup, the main event, the Miz,
Miz versus
Shane
Shane
McMahon.
McMahon.
Winner gets possession of last year's World Cup.
I'm sorry, I think you mean full custody.
Remember, possession is no for the law. So I have it picked. I think the belts will get dropped to Miz and Shane.
Really? Okay.
Just to see where it goes with it. Just because it's like, let's do a mix up with these belts, but then maybe like on SmackDown, they get lost immediately, or maybe in a couple weeks, and then it's like, okay, now the resentment comes out. The Miz goes back to being Mr. A-lister, Mr. I'm the one who should have won the World Cup, even though that's not what it is. But I think that's who I picked for this match.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Miz and Shane walk out with the belts to get them off of the bar, because then that gives you more freedom to kind of mess with that part of the roster where you can break those two up for a while. I know you're pulling for a Cesaro.
I'm pulling for a Cesaro Rumble win, if we're being honest. Long overdue.
So who are you picking now?
Right now, I'm picking the Bar. I feel like if Miz and Shane win, it's probably going to be at Mania.
All right, so
Go ahead, Dan.
So did we all get our saying in? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to the next match, featuring the challenger, Sasha the Boss Banks, versus is it up? Versus Merb Week.
AKA.
I said it different, man. It's a different dialect. Chill. Merberk. The mouse, rat, raccoon, bluebird, red wing, kabuki. Ronda Rousey. Raw Women's Championship. So, I feel like one or both of you guys have some thoughts on this or on yesterday's show specifically, but take it away. Whoever wants to say their
I think
piece.
you should say it.
I think you should. I cut you off twice.
Oh,
so
this is cute.
Oh, I now I get the light. Now I get the mic time. Okay, fine.
Actually,
Son of a bitch!
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I don't like the two. I've said it on record that I've never been a fan of Sasha Banks because she to me is what you think of Merber.
You have that same resentment towards Sasha?
No, I just have resentment, not full on blown hatred.
I thought you were going to say, Sasha to me is just Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Well, she is. That's one. Two, it's like you ride off on that, like, and I've seen her interviews, I've seen her promos from the beginning of her career to now, and it's like you're overrated as well. You hype yourself up. I get it. You've accomplished a lot. It seems like most of your career you've been like an annoying heel, and if you can't pull off being a good heel to me, I don't buy into you. I buy into you being full of bullshit. And that's why to see these two in this match, it's like, okay, there's the biggest bullshitter of all time, the boss of bullshitters, and then you have the biggest bullshitter of all time thanks to your horrible ending of a UFC career.
The baddest bullshitter on the planet.
But also apparently the head bullshitter in charge now. With Ronda Rousey. And it's to me this match is it's like, okay, whose mouth is bigger? Who runs more bullshit out of their mouth?
I think Ronda's mouth is literally larger. Oh, that's not what you meant?
Oh no, it's part of it too. But I can care less of this match. I swear to God, if like they can lose and the belt gets vacant, I'd be very happy with that. I'd be very happy that whoever wins the Women's Royal Rumble match, instead of picking the Raw opponent, they just get the Raw belt. Runner-up
Just
gets
the
to
belt.
pick who they want to face.
Oh, man.
That's how I feel about this match. I can give a fuck less about it. I'm sorry if I've offended half of the women listeners that we have, or 2/3 of them. But these two can literally just go to hell.
Ooh, wow. Okay. All right.
Literally.
What? You have resentment towards one. I can't have that kind of resentment for
Okay.
both.
In all fairness, I feel like the reason why you hate Sasha is because of
Are you trying to be serious?
If I could be serious for a minute, I think the reason why you hate Sasha is because of the booking. Because in NXT, when she was a heel, I loved it. I think I was watching a clip the other day where she gets Izzy, the young Bailey fan, gets her little head thing and just like mocks her, and she starts crying. I'm like, damn, that's a full blown heel in 2016. But ever since coming to the main roster, it's been like, I'm the boss. It's boss time. You know why I'm gonna win? Because I'm the boss.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
But, I will say over the last 2 or 3 weeks in her promos, she has not said it not one time.
I don't care.
But anyway.
It's implanted there. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, and that's why I'm saying even with Becky, it's like the whole man thing. Don't water it down like that. Let the shirt do the talking. Let the crowd do the talking. Don't say it.
Yeah, but it's more believable with her. And
It is now, but trust me when I say it's eventually going to get watered down. But anyway, moving forward with the match. Let's be honest here. I don't think Sasha's going to win. I think that the eventual plan is, if they're listening, Becky and Merck at the main event of Mania. I was saying this before we went on air. I was thinking maybe Bayley screws Sasha and then they have their match. But then we have the women's tag team thing coming up. I don't know. I just feel like Bayley is just there at this point being Sasha's lackey.
you didn't even have, like, the fact that, Natalie's or Natalia's by her side? Like, because that was apparently her trainer. You could have her get, like, sidelined by, what's her name? By Shayna.
See, that's the problem with Natty. I love her for a second and then she just pisses me off.
Why? Because she's trained the Kabuki? Apparently that's why.
Dan, your
getting my notes
sentiments?
ready.
On this match, I know I had speculated on this one that we could conceivably see a run-in by one or more of the remaining horsewomen of MMA.
Here we go.
Well, I'm just saying.
He's trying to build it up.
You could, because odds are you have at least Shayna there. Shayna will probably be one of the entrants in the Women's Rumble. I'm speculating. So she might be in the house. She might even run a promo earlier on in the show just to, like, tease it, where they come face to face, Ronda and Shayna in the back, and you're like, ooh, look, it's the homies. And so you could have Shayna do a run-in, like Sasha's about to win, and then all of a sudden Shayna comes out of nowhere, pulls her off, slaps her into the Kirifuda, and
Just stomps on her hand.
the match
no.
the match gets thrown out. Or have her and the other two jump Bayley and then crash the match, and you have this sort of moment where the three stand across from Ronda, and it's like, ooh, shit, what do we do? And then they just dip and go get ready for the Rumble match.
Or they beat up on Bayley and Sasha together, and then they all walk away. Happy as can be, like a bunch of fucktards.
And then we built to what?
4 horsewomen. But point being, yeah, I think Ronda leaves with the belt because I think we are building toward her and Becky. And
I swear to God, I'm gonna scream so loud when Becky wins at Mania.
But I think Sasha and Bayley will remain intact.
So, who's your pick to win this?
Ronda.
Yours?
Ronda.
I'm sorry I'm cutting you guys off, but I don't want to put more of the focus on this match because there's better matches.
Yes, there is. More deserving people.
Well, the reason why is because of the next match. We have the SmackDown Women's Championship match with current WWE SmackDown Women's Champion
Asuka.
versus Becky the Man. I'm going to kick some ass probably, or who knows where I'm going to end up. Maybe back in the Royal Rumble, Lynch.
Becky.
The Baxter.
Asuka versus Becky for the title.
Now, we've all commented on how this is going to supposedly change up, go down, where the change might be. Maybe Carmella offers up her number 30 spot to Becky
I think
because
that
Becky gets attacked
I
by
stand
the
by-
stupid raccoon rat face
Kabuki.
bitch.
Idiot.
I'm sorry.
I stand by the fact that I think that would be a really cool, different way for WWE to approach this.
Yes.
You announced the match. I feel like nobody was like really high on this one because we want the other match.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be a neat way to do that swap.
Well,
even
'cause
though
I-
they've announced this.
I believe we said we have a kayfabe backstage attack and injury, and then you do a backstage segment between the GMs where it's like, yeah, there's been a change up. You say Carmella now will take Becky Lynch's place, and then you don't announce that Becky has taken up Carmella's offer of, oh yeah, I'll take your number 30 spot. So I'm just waiting for that pop.
Or, I mean, you could do it this way. You could have Asuka beat Becky. Becky could pull Mick Foley, beat up an entrant, take their spot, and just put herself in the main event.
But my question is, do you really want to beat Becky? Because I feel like you're stopping her momentum because she's been on fire at this point. Like, she hasn't been defeated, like, fairly since SummerSlam.
She didn't lose the belt,
Exactly.
technically.
Exactly. So it's like, if she loses, it's like, okay.
Well, now it's real.
The bravado is gone.
No, the bravado's still there. It's still there. I don't know.
But no, I think you have to get her into the Rumble somehow, and I think those are your two main ways. Is either you have the attack and the switch, or you have the attack and the switch, where she attacks somebody and takes their spot. Which again, you could use Carmella as your prop. You get to number 30. Everybody thinks Becky's not coming out, and then Carmella comes out to the ramp. She calls for the dance break at the top of the ramp, and Becky just crushes her and takes her spot. So,
I mean, I even thought of it like this. Like, you could have Becky lose this match, be her first loss or whatever. You can have fucking R-Truth come out at the number 30 women's spot. Now realize it's meant for Carmella. Have the two argue up there like idiots and just have Becky crash
Becky
through
just
them.
blisters through him and says, "Fine, I'll do it."
Like, get out of me way. I'll win the championship again.
Well, I mean, Roman pulled off double duty a couple years back in the Rumble and became number 30. So maybe even if we don't have a storyline, you can just have her come out at 29.
Yeah.
I have Asuka winning this.
Yeah, I'm.
Asuka leaves with the belt.
Yeah.
So okay, so Asuka for everybody.
Awesome.
Yes. I'm not going to necessarily say Asuka wins this match. I'm going to say Asuka leaves with the belt because
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of opportunities available.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, moving on to our next match.
Next, you have the new Daniel Bryan defending the WWE Championship
Pickle.
against the real AJ Styles.
Is that what they're nicknaming it as?
I guess. I don't
The
know.
real AJ Styles?
Because
I
Vince
think that's
kept
what he
pushing
kept
the
saying.
whole, I want to see the real AJ Styles. Damn it.
see him. Last time these two had a match together, absolute magic. 20 minutes of psychology building, good chemistry. I don't. Let's do it. I got nothing bad to say about this match. I'm thinking, as in regards to who wins, keep AJ away from the title picture right now because we just got off of a 1.5-year title reign.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Bryan walks out as champion.
Yeah, we don't want to Brock Lesnar this title.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm seeing a good, maybe 5-star match, and with Bryan leaving somehow. Shenanigans, I don't know. Last time they faced off, it was fair. It was square up. So yeah.
I think my thing with this match is that, again, you get another classic between the two. There's that whole speculation as well with AJ now that he could jump ship to AEW if he loses because apparently his contract is coming up. He doesn't want to work as much being like house shows. He wants to have more time with his family, but he's willing to still be on SmackDown or if he gets branded to Raw, however you do it. I think if you give AJ what he wants, don't give him the belt. Maybe draft him to Raw after Mania, or do the shakeup with him moving to Raw.
Yeah.
Have him pursue the Universal Championship there, unless that belt gets moved over or whatever. But I still see Daniel winning this just because they will put on another great show.
Yeah.
Granted, they can't go as long because you have 2 1-hour Royal Rumble matches.
Yep.
I think in 20 minutes they can pull off a good match.
Yeah.
And they've been in this industry long enough where separately in their own matches they can do that. Together they can put on an even better show.
Yeah.
So my pick is still Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
You guys?
Daniel. Yeah. I'm saying
I could see. I expect Daniel Bryan to win. I could see this going to a ref bump because I feel like it's been a minute since we saw a ref bump.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to see Bryan grab the belt and hit AJ with the belt. Because the only time we've seen that recently was that stupid bullshit with Baron at WWE World Cup, and it just didn't have the same impact as an old school title belt shot. So I'd like to see Bryan hit AJ with the title belt. AJ's wobbly. Bryan hits him with the knee and gets the win that way. I wouldn't mind seeing that as the conclusion.
I thought you were gonna say like AJ wins it by DQ because of the belt shot.
No, I'd like to see a definitive win.
Okay. So you're in on Daniel as well.
Yeah, but I'd be okay with a little bit of controversy.
I think it needs it for this match, especially the way these two are carrying themselves lately. Like they're not faces, they're not baby faces, they're not full blown heels either.
Exactly,
they're like anti-heroes both. It's like you really don't know how to feel about both of them right now, but it's like. You like where their new angles are going right now.
Or maybe Bryan hits AJ Styles with a chloroform hot dog.
Or stuffs it in his mouth after.
Yeah, and AJ
pulls a Ted DiBiase.
Just passes out.
That's actually pretty good.
He was one of my favorite 80s wrestlers.
Money.
Moving on, we have what I think is going to be a high-flying, high-risk maneuver fatal 4-way match for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship belt.
Possibly pre-show, unfortunately. Continue.
Or the tag match, you never know. But you're going to see Buddy Murphy, the current Cruiserweight Champion, against Akira Tozawa, against Hideo Itami versus Kalisto. I've only seen Kalisto and Buddy Murphy, obviously, perform within this last year. Akira and Hideo. Our new talent coming in to 205 Live, I'm assuming.
Akira's been there a minute.
They've been there for a minute.
Was out for a while because he kept getting his ass injured.
Yeah.
But
bad luck bug.
But no, I mean they've all been there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about you're saying this is going straight to the pre-show? No way around it.
Unfortunately, because it's like you said, you have 2 almost 1 hour Royal Rumbles. You got title matches where you can't necessarily skip or go 5 minutes, 10 minutes, go do it. This match, if it's placed on the actual card, I'm saying it's gonna deliver. It's been the one match that actually has been delivering every single time.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I think it'll probably be a pre-show because I think that's how these you give these 4 guys a decent amount of time to work this match, while still getting the crowd pumped up.
Yeah.
Without affecting really the rest of the show.
Yeah.
But is there a title change? Do you see any of the other 3 really taking this belt?
I haven't been following the actual
205
feud
Live,
between these 4. But knowing these guys, I wouldn't mind seeing Hideo with the belt, and then having a feud with Buddy over it.
Because poor Hideo, like you said, just keeps on getting injured, and the poor guy.
Well, I see it because it's like, okay, Buddy Murphy's at the top. He's been holding this belt for a good minute. Like you said, Hideo's been injured for quite a while, and he keeps not being able to keep a healthy record going for himself. Akira still has a lot of buzz to build up as well. He's still a good talent. Kalisto's been around for a good minute.
Yeah.
Overall. I could have sworn that Leo Rush has been trying to make his impact of proving that he can be a championship holder in 205 Live. Maybe he interferes somehow. You never know.
Keep that fucking 11-year-old out of here.
Well, he has his own show on Wednesdays.
He's got a family.
Somebody put on an Amber Alert for him.
I want to see the belt change. I want to see there be some new rivalry for Buddy Murphy. I think Hideo should win the belt. That's my pick. Hideo Itami.
Hideo.
Jan?
Yeah, let's go with that. We're
So
doing
far-
a little bit of fantasy booking, but
So far, I think. So far, in regards to who's winning, we're on the same page, right?
I thought we were done with that.
I didn't say
I don't think
anything.
he
I
meant-
didn't say anything. I
think he
just paused because
premeditated it.
yeah.
He realized he was about to say it and went, son of a bitch.
But I think we all have the same picks, right? I think we all picked the same winner for almost every single
Except
match.
the tag match, you went with the bar. But yeah, so far we've all been
Holy shit. All right.
we've all been on the same.
So
page.
we're either all going to be very disappointed or very excited when this is done in unison.
Well, here's where it might get fun.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Universal Championship match. Brock Lesnar, the Beast, versus Finn Balor.
Balor Club.
We've been seeing for the last few weeks Vince very vocally shitting all over Finn Balor.
I feel like it's the behind the scenes shit just being put on screen.
Basically, but goddamn, I watched it. I was watching the footage from last night, and just the scathing tone of Vince's comments. I'm like, he's being a dick right now.
Wait. Who's being a dick?
Vince.
Out of all people, you're surprised by this?
But it's like how much of a dick he was being about Finn. Like they're playing the whole big man fetish angle, and I like it. I think it's funny, but I was just shocked to hear him so vocally be like, Finn Balor still doesn't have a chance. He's gonna get crushed. Blah, 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 blah. It's
like his whole promo, the whole, like, if this audience believes in fairy tale shit,
Yeah.
I was just like,
I was like, ouch.
I kind of like this because it's like Mr. McMahon all over again, but my God, you need a nap.
Cranky grandpa.
Like, no, like, does he not look like he needs to be put in his jet for, like, a trip to, like, Europe and just sleep the whole way, Vince? Triple H will take calls.
Papa Vince, just go lay down for a little bit.
Like, Shane and Steph could do most of the work. Hell, Triple H can ask Sean to take a couple calls. I mean, good Lord.
And now-
the man,
and now lose his
Triple H
smile in the
can't pick up the
process.
phone. Oh, I just
man
can't reach. My back is still healing.
but Vince needs a nap. Good Lord.
So
But I like this angle that they're going. It seems like they're trying to make it seem like Finn doesn't have a chance. Maybe the belt goes back to who it really belongs to since he never lost it. He never did lose the belt.
Right.
I don't know.
it's been a good angle for Finn to be like, you know what? I don't care what you guys think. I'm gonna show you I can beat him. I'm gonna beat you.
But here, this is my.
So I'm excited.
This is my thing with this though. I feel like there's a build up to Finn because they're worried about him now. And lately he's been pulling off a lot of impressive victories. He showed up on NXT UK's what was it, Blackpool? The name of their event?
Takeover. NXT UK Takeover Blackpool, I think.
Yeah, like he showed up out of nowhere. No one expected him there. I think he was only there just because of the fact that they opened up a new performance center in England.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I'm here as well. I can take on your best competitor.
Yeah.
And he won that match,
Yes,
too.
he did.
In very impressive fashion. And the fact that Vince got called out via Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, do you even watch? And he's like, yes, I saw this match. It was awesome. Get the fuck off my back. Damn it.
Well, here's my thing with this match. I'm
I would
calling.
love for Vince to drop an F-bomb in a tweet. That'd be hilarious.
Seriously.
He did drop one live a couple years ago, surprisingly. I see Brock walking out the victor in this one because I want them to build to, see, we told you, you're small, you're not going to get the job done, back of the line you go. And then he goes, give me one more shot at Mania. He comes out as the demon this time and finally conquers Brock.
But here's the thing, like, there's speculation too that why can't we get the demon now? Why
Damn.
can we not get him?
Why can't we get the demon now?
I mean, it's Royal Rumble.
But it seems like in big pay-per-view events,
Still a big four.
you see the demon.
But I feel like, I don't know, there's too much buzz going on for the Rumble where it's like this. I mean, this got changed last minute. So it's like,
So do you have Brock winning fairly? Or do you have shenanigans? I see shenanigans in the matter of Braun.
I was going to
Because
say.
last night's match between Finn and Braun kind of showed like Brock was there because Vince told him, hey, go ahead, enjoy yourself, stay. For the love of God, be on the goddamn show longer than a promo.
Earn your paycheck.
Yeah.
I went back to Triple H.
Like, I felt like Vince was going to tell him that at one point. Like, you could kind of see it. But it's like, why did Brock have to stay for that match? He has nothing to do with Braun right now because Braun is now out of the picture. He got fined $100,000, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit.
You bring up a very good point. In that case, I would do a kind of like a detour of Finn's road to WrestleMania where he takes on Braun at Elimination Chamber, conquers Braun, and then goes on to, okay, I got screwed. I just conquered Braun. I want my rematch.
But does that eliminate the whole thing of the men's Royal Rumble winner? Because what if that person chooses to face Brock? There's a lot that could play into this is the problem. And honestly, I would rather see a definitive win. Kind of like we saw between Brock and Daniel at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I would want Brock Lesnar to win, but I would want Finn to like really give Brock competition. Because it seems like I said, anytime you give Brock Lesnar like an opponent like the size of a Daniel Bryan or a Finn Balor, like you get a better match out of it. Granted, it's one-sided for a little bit. Brock still knows how to compete. He still knows how to like job for a little bit.
What if Finn gets drafted to SmackDown and takes on Daniel Bryan for the championship?
When's the shakeup?
I would say anytime from now until before Mania. Because I
And
don't.
Who do you have winning the Universal Championship?
I would have Brock win it because I want the ultimate. Okay, we'll get into this, but I'm thinking ultimate dream match of Seth versus Brock at Mania for the Universal Championship. But I don't have anybody penciled in at Mania for Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
I don't have a opponent where I'm
There's
like,
no one to really give like a good story to.
because you need something new. You can't have a repetitive match that we've seen time and time and time and time again.
Okay. So So is everyone in on Brock?
I'm gonna say Brock.
I'm in on Brock Lesnar winning, Dan.
Finn desperately needs to push, but
I just went somewhere different in my head.
Go ahead, tell it out.
I'm gonna go with Finn, and here's why. Because I think if you put Finn over Brock, you could have the rematch of the original Universal Championship match at WrestleMania, where you have Finn defending the title this time against Seth. And I think that would be a hell of a match for Mania.
not to be a party pooper, but it's one of those things where Seth even said in a promo last night where he's like, "We've seen this match over and over and over again."
Which is why you got to make it different. Like they're both talented guys. I trust that they could make a match.
Oh, they
different.
can definitely.
You could gimmick it if you wanted to. I think. Did Finn wasn't the demon during that match, was he?
SummerSlam?
The original Universal title match. Then do it again. Just replay that match, I think. I think it's different than just having it be another match, but there's some story behind doing it this way that I think would work. So I'm gonna go with Finn with hesitation.
Okay.
Because I do think that they could very easily have Finn go up top to do the coup de grace. Brock rolls out of the way. Finn rolls through, turns around right into an F5, and that's your conclusion. I could see that being how it goes. So, that's my pick.
Right.
Kamish, did you?
I chose Brock. Moving forward, finally, to not that I'm over the whole Finn Brock thing, but finally, we get to our Royal Rumble matches.
Yes.
First one being the 2019 second inaugural Women's Royal Rumble match. I'm going to name the 23 out of 30 current entrants because I feel the last 7 are going to all be free agents. You have the following participants. I'll start with SmackDown, then Raw, and then free agents. You currently have from the SmackDown roster, Carmella, because she won her opportunity in the Mixed Match Challenge to enter at 30. Mandy Rose. Sonya Deville.
Wow. Really?
Zelina Vega. Naomi, Billie Kay, and Peyton Royce, of course, Team Iconic. Charlotte, Flair, and Lana, all from the SmackDown brand. Wow, that's a very short list for SmackDown. The Raw side, you have Ember Moon, Natalya, Bayley, the Riot Squad, consisting of Ruby, Liv, and Sarah. Captain Alicia, I look like an idiot with a hat on, Fox. Mickey, I need to really retire already because I'm a fucking idiot, James.
Wow.
Stoneface, Broken Face, just retire, Tamina. Dana Brooke.
Who?
Dana Brooke.
I was being sarcastic.
God. Nia. Oh, now you don't do it, you son of a bitch. Nia Jax. Recently announced, even though I would have preferred she made it a surprise, Alexa Bliss. And then your 2 current free agents being Nikki Cross, who's been showing up a lot on Raw, and Lacey Evans. That one was just really awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because of...
Why would you announce it on Raw? Dan?
Why are you announcing anything on Raw?
But these are your current 23 participants in the Women's Royal Rumble match. I want to discuss this first. Who would your 7 free agents be?
Becky.
She's not a...
Oh, Becky would either probably
Would
be
be a
herself or
replacement.
a replacement. So
I'm thinking Trish and Lita are kind of inevitable because they've kind of been around this last year at Evolution and they had a tag team match on Raw. So I would just say as a filler, have them in there.
Do you see your person that you thought passed away? Jacqueline?
That is not funny.
It's just wording that made you so paranoid.
And then they changed it.
Yeah, because you got so paranoid. And so did probably every other person in the WWE universe.
The paranoid rattlesnake.
What?
Shayna.
NXT? Ooh.
Yeah.
The other 2 are still in
Was
development.
Kyrie in there?
No. You
Maybe,
can put Kyrie
maybe
Sane.
Kyrie
Sane in there?
Io.
Let's just throw Beth Phoenix in. She's been doing too
Why
much.
not?
She'll probably be
I
around.
wouldn't mind.
She's been doing a lot of the Edge and Christian show lately.
What if we see the return of Eve Torres
Ooh.
as a rant?
You can even have Maria.
You
Canellis.
could
Because there's been this whole buzz about her and
Mike.
being back in the WWE, even though they're having contractual dispute. Throw her in the mix. Why not?
So I think we filled it up to 30 now.
Yeah. But
Between all the names that we
Yes.
threw out, yeah.
so
Okay, here's the thing. Well, I guess I'm taking a survey.
Hey yo.
Who you want to win and who you think is going to win.
I was gonna play it a different way, but
Go ahead, Dan.
Well, I was gonna say because I feel like Kamish.
Yo.
Do you want Becky to win ultimately? Like ideal booking? Because I know we do.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Very
here's one.
long hesitation.
Well, Here's
No, would you like to know my hesitation?
Yes.
Okay. I say no because it's like I'd rather Becky win her match, get her belt back, and somehow still find a way to get herself to face the stupid animal idiot somehow. Like belt for belt at this point. You don't have to unify them, whatever. You could just make it a champion versus champion match at WrestleMania. You can build some controversy in the Royal Rumble with having Shayna go in the Rumble. You have 3 out of the 4 horsewomen of WWE in the Rumble already with Charlotte, 2 actually, Charlotte and Bayley. And you can find some way to build the whole 4 versus 4 that way. Not to say that it's not wrong the way you guys have booked it, but it's like I kind of want to see Becky main event as a champion, not as like the road to WrestleMania angle. Not to say that she doesn't deserve it, but I'd rather see it that way.
I was gonna say
that's why I say no.
We could have booked it as if we were all on the same wavelength.
Oh,
as
you were going to
to-
say it, and then you changed it.
Same page. God damn it, there.
I think we've all said it during this podcast.
And there's no problem.
Apparently there is.
I was gonna say we could book it with if Becky's in or if Becky's not in. But what did you say? Who we think will win?
who you
want to win?
and who you think is going to win.
That's who I look. That's who I want to win. Who
Okay.
I think will win. Actually, no. You know what? Who I really would want it to win? Ruby. I want there to be a shakeup with that Raw belt. Ruby's very deserving.
Yes, she
Lately, she's been given this angle of just being, again, another puppet of the fucking Riot Squad where she leads it, but it's like they've kind of pushed her to the back burner. But before that, she had this hype build up, this momentum build up that she could become a champion already. And to me, that's like, let's run with it. Let's separate her from the 2 idiots. Because let's face it, the Viking Queen over there and fucking blue, pink, yellow, red tongue just gets on my goddamn nerves.
Mandy Rose's sister is what you're saying.
Yes. Along with Mandy Rose herself, because her angle with the Usos or with Naomi, like, okay, you're trying to make her look like a common whore.
The whole time I'm like, trash the hotel, bump into things, make it look good, and they didn't, and I'm like, I don't know.
It,
But yeah.
it was dumb. It was a dumb angle.
It still is a dumb angle. I'm pretty sure it's going to carry over tonight.
I mean, based on who's on the page, I want Becky. I want Becky to win. Who I think might win if she's not in there somehow. I can't even make a decision based on who's on there. I'm gonna just go with you. I'm gonna say go ahead and go with Ruby. Pull the trigger. Because I don't trust anybody else on that list.
This list looks chaotic to me.
Except for Charlotte, because then you could queue up Charlotte versus Asuka.
I swear to God, if Nia is given this opportunity again and she wins it, I fucking hate the women's booking at this point for Raw.
I'm very offended by both of you.
Why the fuck are you? Oh God, because we didn't mention your girlfriend. Is that why?
You guys don't trust my Lexi?
Fuck no. She barely got cleared. She's been a fucking talk show host.
Wow.
Did I hurt his feelings?
Apparently.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, why do you want her to win?
Because she's the only salvageable one out of all those.
Wow. Okay, discrediting my pick and yours.
Well,
Good
Ruby is too,
Lord.
but call me crazy. I don't see them splitting up the Riot Squad anytime soon.
They deserve to be split.
Because they're also
fuck's sake.
playing the whole angle of, oh my goodness, ever since we all joined together, we're best friends and we got our debut date tattooed on the back of our necks.
Who cares? That shit is forever though. You can still separate the broads. Hell, you can give Liv and Sarah the tag team belts. They're fucking badass on their own. They don't need Ruby.
But the problem is you don't have no storyline going into it. The last thing we saw with Ruby was that Natalia, Jim Neidhart, death table.
Yeah, because they
thing.
buried it at that point with her. And to me, that was like, really? That's it?
Well, the match was good. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah, the match was great, but you buried everything at that point.
okay, let's put it like this. I want Becky to win ultimately. Number one is Becky. If not Becky, I think Ruby is going to be the only salvageable one. Ember Moon.
Damn, mention her? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, well, the thing is with any of the Raw girls, yeah, you have to have a title shakeup then, because otherwise they're going to be facing they're scheduled to face Ronda, and then your stuff is jacked up. I guess what we're not talking about is that if we're gonna go with if Ronda's gonna be the one that's playing the heel going into this match with Becky, you could flip it. You could have Becky in her match against Asuka. She gets the belt back. Ronda gets hosed somehow, loses the belt, and she goes to the Rumble, and she just crushes everybody and steals the Thunder again. And you see her challenge Becky. There's not really, I don't think there's a lot of motivation there. I think there's more motivation on the other side for Becky to be like, "Then I'm going to take your title from you."
I have a little...
I'm gone.
Of course, I'm also ignoring the fact that you could have somebody jump ship. So you could have Ember, win, and then she crosses to SmackDown to face Asuka, which is a revival of their ship.
NXT. There you go.
And then you could see Ember finally pick up the win.
Yeah.
My pick is Ruby. We all know Becky's gonna win, so I'm putting it this way:
We all know.
pick who you want, pick how you are gonna see it booked. That's why I picked to win. Who do you want to win? Who do you have winning it? You said Ruby. Or
Becky.
that's who you want to win.
That's who I want to win.
Who do you have?
I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna go to Ember.
Okay.
Because whenever I start booking something in my head and I'm like, I like that plot, I go full out 4 horsewomen.
Who do you want to win? Who's gonna win?
Want to win with the bullet is Becky. If Becky somehow makes it into the Rumble, that's great. If not, now I'm torn between Ember and Ruby.
Because we have one more match to cover.
Yeah.
Dan, take it away.
And for the final match, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pittsburgh sucks.
Exactly.
We got the men's Royal Rumble match.
Woo!
So, this year, we've got, I don't know how many people announced.
19 out of 30 so far.
Is that what it is? We got, 19 out of 30. Of the 19, we've got R-Truth,
What's up?
Drew McIntyre, The New Day, Big E, Kofi, and Xavier, Sako Rollins Young, Jeff Hardy,
Hardy.
Dean Ambrose,
Stupid comic book character.
Bob Lashley,
Lashley!
Samoa Joe,
Wendy.
potentially John Cena,
The rumor is he might have hurt himself.
You know, he's going to be invisible either way, so.
You're just gonna see a pair of jorts just running around.
Elias,
Bring.
Baron Corbin, Jinder Mahal,
Shanti. Remove the eye.
Apollo Crews, Andrade,
Oh, they dropped the CN almost. That's so stupid.
Mustafa Ali,
Nice.
There's another one.
Rey Mysterio, Booyaka Booyaka,
The 619.
and Titus World Slide.
I swear to God, if they do like a parody of him sliding again under the ring.
I hope not.
I hope so. I'm sorry, I just do. I don't see him ever winning.
So give him something else to do.
Yeah.
Just have that be
That
his
sucks.
Rumble gimmick.
Let him pull it off as the new Santino. Hell, he can slide into the ring, get clotheslined out, and somehow trip up and slip outside as well.
Son of a bitch, let's go. And he falls.
I wasn't ready.
So that means there's 11 names not on this list.
Yes.
Let's go through some of the potentials.
Alberto Del Rio.
Really? Is that a thing?
It's been a rumor for like I don't know how long now, but
I don't know if they'd want to. I don't know if they'd want to bring him back after the bullshit that he caused with Paige.
Well, I've seen an interview where he's all apologetic. He's like, "I'm sorry, Triple H. Like I said some things I shouldn't have." So I don't know. Maybe.
and Triple H is usually like one of those people that finds a way, like
Yeah.
whoever left a bad mark. All right, let me talk to Vince. Let's see.
We've talked about his shovel. Well, he also has a giant eraser. So
Yeah,
He's
he
like
carries those hand in hand.
It's like that Arnold movie.
so
That's one of my what you said 11.
yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my 11.
So you got Del
10
Rio. Ziggler's not on the card. He could be in there.
9.
We kind of talked. There might be a surprise return from Bray, maybe Matt.
Doink.
Bray.
Doink the clown.
Who's dressed as Doink this time?
I don't know. Santino. We could see the return of Santino.
Well, he's ready this
I
time.
swear to God.
He's ready this time.
If they do the same thing, that would be hilarious.
Who else?
You know who I'd want to see, even though they're not going to give him a push?
Ooh, Black, Gargano, Ciampa,
Kane.
Kane.
I was gonna say Kane. Yeah.
Like, he's still deserving of a run. But you know what names are not mentioned here that are supposed to return? Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Ooh.
They're supposed to have already come back, but there's still no mention of them on Raw.
Sammy was one of my candidates to actually win the whole thing because the poor bastard needs a push.
Yeah. So Sammy, Kevin. Do we see Braun shoehorned into this since he lost?
Well, we
to
have
bullshit
2 more
again?
names though, because I think we mentioned like 9 out of 11.
I think so. Yeah.
So that's 10. So who would be your last free agent or random entry? I'm gonna take John Cena because let's just say he's legitimately hurt.
Injured. Okay.
Let's put the bar in. Cesaro and Sheamus, because you said it along as well that you want Cesaro to get a push.
Yeah.
I think separating them and putting them in the Rumble, like at first, yeah, you know, they're helping each other, and then all of a sudden, Cesaro eliminates Sheamus.
What about the Undertaker?
I was gonna point that out, but I don't
Come
know.
in instead of R-Truth coming in number 30. No, like R-Truth, like he comes out, but he's like, you know what? Like he does some dumb shtick or gimmick where it's like, I don't need this, and then all of a sudden you just hear the bell. You just hear it go off.
Dance Brit rest.
No, you don't even have him say it. Just have the bell go off. Let everything go dark. Hear the bell a few more times. Out of nowhere, right dab in the middle. You put the
And then in the
Undertaker
ring.
in there. Like you don't even have to have him walk down the aisle. He's already inside the ring waiting.
Well, to a certain extent, we now have a full 30-man Royal Rumble match. So again, like my last question, who do you think is gonna win, and who do you want to win?
Who I think is gonna win? I'm gonna say Drew McIntyre. Who I want to win? Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
He's proven all last year he's an unstoppable force. He didn't lose up until what, 1 match practically?
2 matches,
yeah.
yeah.
But that's still a very good record to have in a
Yeah.
whole year. He proved he doesn't need Dolph Ziggler, even though I don't know what the hell they're doing with him that they want to give him a producer role and help others get over or some shit. But I think Drew's earned his right to go to WrestleMania as a main event to challenge whoever he wants. Whether he wants to fight Daniel Bryan, Brock, or Finn, whoever wins the Universal Championship. That's my overall who I want and who I think will win. Drew McIntyre.
I would like to see Drew win. I think Seth will win.
I'm gonna have to agree with that because I was thinking about this. I'm like, you know, Drew, if he doesn't win, you don't have to worry about him like, you know, being slid under, you know, like the lower card because so far they've done a really good job of booking the guy. I think give the guy another year of, achievements and titles and build him up, build him up. Maybe next time this year turn him to this complete face where he's a giant but you love him. Build that momentum, have him win that Rumble. I would say it's about Seth this past year has put in the work with that Intercontinental title run, that gauntlet match where he lasted for an hour. Towards the end of the year, they dropped the ball really bad with Dean Ambrose. Really, really bad, to the point where people were chanting boring. So, I mean, yeah, I would say we need Seth to win this one. I was on board for Drew, and I still am, but I just feel like Drew can wait for another year, build up his resume a little bit more. Seth is at that point where you're you love the guy already. You know he can have 5-star matches. He can deliver. If he's booked properly, you'll get a great storyline out of it. So I would love to see Seth win the whole damn thing.
I think one of the big reasons that this year might be the time to pull the trigger on Drew is just so that if Brock makes it to WrestleMania with the belt, you can get that match out of the way.
Yeah.
You could conceivably do Drew, Braun, and Brock in a triple threat and get your Battle of the Titans before Brock fucks off back to UFC or back off to Canada or wherever the fuck he lives now. But I don't think we're gonna see, and I hope we don't see, Brock for another 2 fucking years doing the same shtick. He's eating up a roster spot and he's wasting time by being the champion that we could be using to build things like Finn Balor and Drew and Braun. People that we actually care about. Yeah. To me, Brock he feels like an imposition to progress at this point, and so I would like for him to do something big this year, and then, like I said, fuck off somewhere else.
Well, because the second he does, they bring him back again and have him win the championship.
I hope they stop doing that.
Tell Vince that.
Vince, why won't you stop with the Brock Lesnar bullshit?
Because he's my champion. Damn it.
Yeah, well, fuck your champion.
I agree.
So, on this one, you said Drew.
You both said Drew and Seth.
Yeah, Drew, Seth. So,
you know why I don't see Seth winning this?
why?
I don't see Seth winning it because I feel like he's gonna last. Hell, you can put him in at number 2, make him last all the way to the end. You can build a new rivalry with Drew and Seth for a while. Even put up that number 1 spot for the WrestleMania opponent on the line. Build them up
in a ladder match
Or Elimination Chamber.
You can have those two carry on something new. And I want to see Seth in a heel turn again. Because Seth's more ruthless and more accomplishing as a heel. Don't get me wrong, he's done a lot of great as a face for now. I just see him more of a badass when he's a heel. That's just how I would book it. That's why I say Drew should win. Build up some story with him and Seth for a while. Because honestly, to see a face turn for Drew, that would be the person that can bring it out of him. I don't see anyone else really giving Drew that opportunity.
Dan, closing remarks?
Yeah, I've said my piece.
So, there you go, guys. We just gave a full preview and breakdown of all the matches of the Royal Rumble this year. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below, and we will see you all next time.